Hello and welcome, learners, to another interesting session of Advertising Appeals. I am Dr. Mo Mukherjee Das from Future Media School under Maulana Abdul Kalam University of Technology, Kolkata, West Bengal. Dear students, dear learners, we have studied about theories, about models, and now we will study about appeals. What are advertising appeals? Whenever we are watching an advertisement, sometimes we are attracted towards that advertisement and we are persuaded to buy a product. Why we are persuaded to buy a product or why a particular advertisement catches our attention, it is because of the way it has been designed. Now, what are advertising appeals? Advertising appeals are strategies that advertising people use to persuade people to buy the product. The concept of an appeal dates back to Aristotle, who identified the three main appeals of communication, also known as rhetorical triangle. He said the three main elements of communication are ethos, pathos, and logos. Or in modern language, you may say credibility, emotion, and logic. The main concept was that if anyone can project itself as credible, that is ethos, then it may persuade people. Also, if there is emotions, pathos, or logical reasoning, logos attached to the communication, people can be persuaded to act. Advertising appeals to people because it is credible. It affects the emotions of the consumer or it made logical sense. Appeal is the central idea around which the advertisement is created. Salient features of the product or service are called appeals in advertising. M. Satyanarayan defines advertising appeals as the earnest representation made by an advertisement about certain quality, service, or feature or fact, which forms the keynote or theme in advertisements. So, if you see what is an appeal, it appeals to your ethos, that is credibility, your emotions, pathos, and logos, your logical reasoning. Therefore, when an advertisement appeals to us, therefore, when an advertisement is having all these elements, we are saying that it has an advertisement appeal. There are different types of advertising appeals. Favorable price appeal. The favorable price appeal is the main priority in the advertisement, used during any kind of sales, promotion, example, end of season sales, or any other occasions, or can be even daily in a particular time when sales are normally low and the demand is less. If you visit a mall, you will see a person, often you will see a person with a mic in hand, sometimes on a Wednesday sale or on a Friday sale, announcing the different prices of different products. These are known as favorable price appeal. In this particular advertisement of Big Bazaar, we can see it is declaring that all its products are having 25% extra discount. In this Gioni ad, the ad is declaring that it is giving a treat about because of Eid festival that is coming. So, a favorable price appeal stresses on the fact that a favorable price appeal stresses more on the price as the priority. Feature appeal. The major traits or attributes of the product or service dominates the message. These advertisements are highly informative in nature and they tend to build a favorable attitude of the target market towards the product. If you see these ads, you will see the aerial advertisement is trying to portray itself as the superior stain removal. It is giving its features that how it can remove stains and how it can be beneficial for the people who will use aerial. In the next ad, you will see the car is giving various features. The Mercedes-Benz is declaring what are its features available in the product. Competitive advantage appeal. Often ads place themselves in higher position when comparing themselves with other brands or their products and features. That can be targeted directly or indirectly. But when you are targeting directly, it is in a bad sense. Therefore, we should never target directly by taking the brand name whom we are targeting, because it can give rise to legal dispute. Now we see this ad of Colgate and Pepsodent where they have gone for a competitive advantage by showing their features. Similarly, in the next ad, we have seen the Kingfisher and the Jet Airways, how they have placed their ads one above the other and how they have targeted them against each other. In this ad also, the Hindu indirectly hit the Times of India during their ad wars. If you see the catch line, it says also has pages 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And what is the catch line? It says stay ahead of the times. It has indirectly targeted the Times of India. We have seen that competitive advantage appeal is good when you are targeting indirectly. There should be a healthy competition between brands. But when you are targeting a brand directly, it goes for a legal dispute and it results in an unhealthy competition. News appeal. When the advertisement is in the form of news or an announcement, like announcing the launch of a new product, launch of a new price or any feature or any other attractive news that can persuade the consumers to buy the product. In this ad of Aishwarya Rai, we are seeing that it is declaring the launch of a new shampoo which will go for total repair. In another ad of Nissan, the Nissan declares itself as the 100% electric Nissan Leaf car because it is quite advantageous for the people who will buy this product. The next appeal is the news appeal. When the advertisement is the form of news or an announcement about a particular launch of a product, or when there is a price cut, or when there is new features are added in the already existing product, or any other attractive news that can persuade the consumers to buy the product. In this particular ad of Aishwarya Rai endorsing the L'Oreal here shampoo, it says it endorses by saying that it goes for total repair. This is a news appeal because it was recently launched. Then again about the Nissan car, it says that it is 100% electric car and it is announcing the arrival of an electric car in this car segment, in the automobile segment. Next appeal is the product or service popularity appeal. This appeal stresses on the popularity of the product or service among the consumers. Colgate boasts that it is the number 1 brand being recommended by the dentist. The Servo says that it takes a leader to run a nation and it is the most preferred lubricant when people trust them in the country. There are different types of emotional appeals, which indicates feelings, includes feelings and needs on a personal level. Safety, security, love, affection, joy, nostalgia, pride, achievement, pleasure, sorrow, self-esteem, actualization, etc. And social level like recognition, status, respect, rejection, approval, and all these things. The most used appeals by the advertisers are quite a few amongst them, like fear, humor, rational, sensuality, bandwagon, adventure, brand, endorsement, masculine and feminine, personal or emotional, snob appeal. Now we will study these appeals one by one. If you see, there are many other appeals also, but all these appeals come under all these broad categories of appeals which I had told you now. Now, what is fear or shock appeal? Fear is a common factor and is triggered when someone indulges in an unhealthy activity. It is most commonly used to encourage men or women to dissuade them from activities which are unhealthy and seek a quick behavioral change in them. For example, if I want somebody to quit, cigarettes, if I want somebody to quit smoking, or if I want somebody to wear helmet, fear appeal focuses on the negative outcomes. Another fear tactic involves isolation. People love to move in groups and fear isolation. For example, of bad results, fear of failing, fear of rejection, or bad smell. We often dissociate ourselves from people who have a bad smell, either in their mouth or in their body. Thereby, deodorant, health drinks, perfume, toothpaste ads often employ these tactics so that people use these products. Government agencies also appeal to an individual's fear of death to prevent texting while driving, rash driving, don't drink and drive, and all these campaigns. Two ads have been highlighted over here. You see the part Don't Drink and Drive campaign by BMW, where it says that spare parts for humans are not as original as those for cars. It stresses on the fact that you cannot easily change a car, change a human being body parts like you change a car's body parts. You can get a body part of a car easily replaced, but it is not possible when it comes to human being. Therefore, we should be very careful while drinking and not driving. While driving and but we should not drink. Next ad you see, it gives us a shock appeal when it says that bacteria never stops building up in your mouth. Therefore, you should always use Colgate. If you use Colgate, you will not have bacteria in your mouth. That is the ultimate message that is being given by the Colgate. And it is being given so that we are frightened that if we don't use Colgate, we might develop bacteria in our mouth. Some other ads, like this ad by Bangalore Police, when it says, "Stop talking on phone while driving." How, dramatically it has been shown that when you are driving, you should not use mobile phones. This indicates that it is trying to create a shock appeal in the common people. This is an anti-smoking ad campaign, 3D anti-smoking ad campaign, and so beautifully portrayed that the funeral, two people are smoking and a funeral is also going on in the burial ground. Can you imagine the fear appeal, the shock appeal it is trying to create amongst the smokers? It is trying to dissuade the smokers from smoking, and this is how it is doing this by creating a fear and a shock appeal. Humor appeal. Humor appeal is the most sought after appeal because people tend to remember those appeals for a long time. Remember the Fevicol advertisements? Fevicol advertisements have used humor in such an effective way that it has entered into our parlance that people ask for Fevicol instead of gum. Humorous ads help in drawing easy attention and also in remembering them. They are even successful in persuading consumers to buy the product. You see, whenever we visit a store, we never say, "Give us a gum." Rather, we say, "Please give us a Fevicol." It has entered into our common day parlance, and it is because of this humorous way it is being projected. Another ads which are very popular are Amul ads. They give their messages humorously on topical and relevant matters so that no people can feel offended. You have often seen Amul ads in a so humorous manner, and they give their message in such a lively manner that no people, no organization will feel offended, and sometimes on very serious issues. Another ad is the Imperial Blue ad, where the catchline says, "Men will be men." When it says "men will be men," the ads portray how humorously that men tend to forget, men tend to watch girls, and men tend to forget many household chores, while Imperial Blue ads, through their messages, stresses on the fact that how men typically behave in a particular manner when they are confronted with particular situations. Humor appeal can be seen in this Fevicol ad also. You see how the Fevicol ad has utilized the Sholay bonding of Amitabh Bachchan as and Dharmendra as portrayed in the film as Fevicol ka mazboot jod hai tootega nahi. And finally, you see this ad also, where it is saying how Mahindra has beautifully portrayed the ad that admitted you have always been crazy about topless models, how they have designed a car and the message in such a beautiful way and humorous way that it has brought out it has been successful in drawing the attention of the target market. Next is the rational appeal. Rational appeal is using logic to persuade consumers. Logical argument should be based on the needs of the consumers, and needs depend on the functionality, practicality, and financial ability to meet that particular need. The ads on rational appeal declare the benefits the consumers would get if they purchase the product. For example, a bike talks about mileage, safety, price. A car talks about safety, mileage, comfort, and price. The features that they highlight often talks about all these things. The ads that are in the slides, like Hero ad, the Samsung ad, all talks about the benefits and the features that they are going to provide to the consumer. In this rational appeal, McDonald's introduces Big Mac, and how it does, it gives all the features that it is going to provide to the customer if they are purchasing Big Mac, which is a meal disguised as a sandwich. So if you take this sandwich, then your option, then your taking a meal will also be satisfied. This is the rational appeal. Sensuality. Sex and romance captures the eyeball of the people and their attention. Fragrance products like deodorant and perfume use sex appeal. But there is a necessary caution here, as sometimes sensual messages, although capture their attention, but fails to give the required results. It might boomerang. So my sensual messages should be used in such a way that in a way it targets it reaches the target market and also conveys the messages without affecting the sensibilities of the common man. We should keep in mind this ad from Cobra uses sensuality. This Wildstone ad by Dia Mirza uses sensuality in such a way that it seeks to catch the attention of the target market. Now, in this ad, the of perfume, the model is being portrayed in such a sensuous way is that it immediately draws the attention of the target market. And if the target market, the desire is created, it will he or she will be persuaded to buy the product. Bandwagon appeal. A bandwagon appeal is what makes consumers believe that they are missing out something by addressing the consumer's need to belong. For example, Tata Salt. Like, आपका नमक शुद्ध है, सवाल कीजिए अपने नमक से. And Oral-B toothpaste. Trust the brand Oral-B toothbrush. Trust the brand more dentists and hygienists use. So if you are not using Oral brand, somewhere down the lane you are missing the trust. If your salt is not Tata salt, then it might not be pure. So it is trying to ascertain that to make consumers believe that they are missing out on something if they are not using that particular product. Therefore, they are not belonging to that particular category of consumers. Adventure appeal. Many people love adventure and excitement. The main objective of the adventure appeal is to create an environment where people feel the excitement, action, entertainment, and sense of adventure which gets enhanced in their belief system that if they purchase or use a product or service, they will experience the same feeling. The Mountain Dew ad, Dar ke aage jeet hai. This particular ad reinforces the adventure zeal in the target market. The Firefox cycle ad, which says roll over the rocks, it imbibes a sense of adventure in the target market and they are persuaded to try out this new product. Brand appeal. Some people are brand conscious and they like to associate themselves with the name. Appealing to people who are brand conscious and have certain proclivities towards brand, the goal of the brand appeal is to make people buy a product because the brand itself is a statement that the person hopes to associate with. See this Zomato ad. Zomato is a well known brand and it has beautifully portrayed its messages through certain well known terminologies. And it has tried to say that it is different and thereby it is being preferred by most of its consumers. This aerial ads is simply a beautiful message through a white poster with two clips like a cloth hanging. The whiteness stresses on the fact that it has a brand appeal and it is different from the others. Next is the endorsement appeal. There are people who believe the celebrities are experts in a particular profession. Therefore, we see advertisements being endorsed by doctors or teachers or big film stars or sportspersons. The goal of the advertisement appeal is to encourage people to buy a product or service or act in a certain way because people they know, respect, admire, and recognize also use that product or service. Trust is built by using recognizable people. You see Amitabh Bachchan endorsing Tata Sky, or in the next slide, Shah Rukh Khan endorsing Fair and Handsome, Katrina Kaif endorsing Lux. When people see when their favorite film stars endorsing a particular product, they are immediately attracted towards that product and they tend to ape them and buy this product, thinking that whatever they endorse, whatever they say is highly credible. Therefore, the endorsement appeal goes on a long run to endorse certain products by the celebrities, by the film stars, by the teachers, or by the doctors. We have seen doctors endorsing toothpaste, toothbrush, teachers endorsing giving polio vaccine, giving a particular medicine, and the big film stars endorsing various other products. Next appeal is a masculine and feminine appeal. We all know that males and females have their particular characteristic features. When advertisement messages focuses on these unique characteristics, then they have a masculine and a feminine appeal. The appeal is particularly gender specific, where consumers are made to feel that if they use this product, they will appear more attractive, sexier, or stronger. L'Oreal ad by Aishwarya Rai or these Pulsar ads by these men generally tend to incite excitement among those people who are the target market. And obviously, if they are inspired, they will definitely buy this product. Personal or emotional appeal. Emotions are the most basic, varied mix of feelings which makes human life worth living. The companies are quick in exploiting human emotions and use them strategically in their advertisements. Advertisements have a cathartic effect on the consumers, bringing out the love, joy, envy, fear, nostalgia, pride from amongst them and persuades them to initiate in the buying process. See this Titan ad. The Titan ads the joy of gifting. It shows how a lady falls in love with a watch, how a lady is enjoying wearing a Titan watch. The Celebration Bride by Malabar Jewelries also stresses on the fact that how the two women are enjoying their festivities, their celebrations of a new, of a new bride, and they are busy in laughing and enjoying the different, customs, rituals of the festivities. Personal and emotional appeal can also be in the form of a campaign. For example, you see this UNICEF campaign where a small child is portrayed and it's being said that he's starving, we are not. It's time to share. A beautiful small child is being portrayed and a message is given that we should try to remove hunger from this world. Similarly, this ad by World Wildlife Federation, where it says that save paper, save the planet. This ad stresses on the fact that if we don't save paper, the planet will be destroyed. This also gives us a personal or emotional appeal. Snob appeal. Men like to boast of their choices, luxuries, and qualities. The advertisers are shrewd enough to use this feature of human beings in advertisements by making them feel like they will experience luxury, elegance, or superior quality if they use a particular product. You will see that often the Indian Navy, Indian Army stresses on this snob appeal that touching the sky with glory. If you are not part of this Indian Army, if you are not part of the Indian Air Force, if you are not part of the Indian Navy, then you are missing out on that particular, lifestyle. Similarly, the Gillette Macho 3, what it says, be your best today. So it's giving an attitudinal belief to you that if you use this razor, you will give your best performance today. You will look at it, your look will be at your best. This attitude, this snob has appeal amongst the target market who will buy this product. So there are different types of many other types of appeal, but they can be clubbed into all the above categories, as I had told you earlier. So hope learners you have enjoyed the sessions of advertising appeal and the concepts are cleared. Have a good day. Thank you very much.